Master, after the perfect master and the tribute paid to Hiram, what does this new degree represent?
The sixth degree marks an important transition in the initiatic tradition. In the ancient and accepted Scottish rite of Freemasonry, this degree is called the Intimate Secretary, and sometimes Master by Curiosity. To understand this degree, we must look at the symbolic story that follows the death of Hiram. After the disappearance of the master architect, the work on the temple cannot simply continue as before. The balance between those in charge of the site becomes fragile. Trust must be rebuilt. The initiatic narrative of the sixth degree features three characters: King Solomon, King Hiram of Tyre, and a faithful servant named Johabin. According to Masonic legend, a tension arises between Solomon and Hiram of Tyre. A difficult discussion takes place in a private chamber of the temple. Johabin, who serves Solomon, is nearby and overhears the conversation.
So he overhears an exchange that was not intended for him?
Exactly. And therein lies the heart of the symbol. Johabin is caught listening. In some versions of the story, he even risks being condemned for espionage. But his loyalty to the king and his devotion to the temple are recognized. Instead of being punished, he becomes the intimate secretary, the one responsible for transmitting messages and maintaining trust between the leaders. This narrative teaches a vital lesson. Loyalty and uprightness can transform a situation of suspicion into a relationship of trust.
So, this degree is primarily about loyalty?
About loyalty, yes, but also about prudence in speech. The sixth degree addresses a widespread human flaw: indiscreet curiosity. The ancient initiates knew that the human mind loves to observe, listen, and discover. But this curiosity can take two forms: superficial curiosity, which seeks secrets for the mere pleasure of possessing them; noble curiosity, which is the sincere search for knowledge. The role of the initiate is to transform the first into the second. In this degree, Johabin learns that observation must be accompanied by discretion and responsibility. This idea is found in many spiritual traditions. In antiquity, the disciples of Pythagoras were subject to a strict rule. They had to remain silent regarding certain teachings. In Greek philosophical schools, the students of Plato also learned to reflect before speaking. Even in Eastern mystical traditions, masters insisted on the importance of right speech. In Sufism, for example, masters like Jalal ad-Din Rumi explained that words can either build or destroy a relationship. The sixth degree thus reminds the initiate that they must learn to master their speech.
And what is the role of the intimate secretary in Masonic symbolism?
He becomes a mediator. The intimate secretary acts as a link between the leaders of the temple. He must ensure that communications are honest, clear, and peaceful. This role is very ancient in human history. In the royal courts of antiquity, secretaries and advisors were often tasked with conveying messages between sovereigns. In ancient China, imperial advisors played a similar role in maintaining harmony between the emperor and his ministers. In certain spiritual traditions, this role of mediator is also very important. In medieval Christianity, thinkers like Thomas Aquinas sought to reconcile Greek philosophy with Christian theology. In the medieval Islamic world, philosophers like Avicenna attempted to harmonize Greek thought with religious tradition. These thinkers were, in a way, mediators between different worldviews. The sixth degree therefore teaches an essential skill: knowing how to restore peace where conflict appears.
It seems this degree also speaks of responsibility.
Yes. The intimate secretary understands that knowledge and trust must be protected. In the symbolism of this degree, several elements recall this responsibility. The color red often appears in ritual settings. It symbolizes fervor, loyalty, and sometimes sacrifice. The triangle is also present. It represents the union between the three characters of the story: Solomon, Hiram of Tyre, and Johabin. In some traditions, the triangle represents harmony between different forces or principles. Some variations mention the letter I, associated in certain interpretations with the Hebrew letter Yod, which represents the divine principle in mystical traditions like the Kabbalah. These symbols remind the initiate that they must seek balance between several dimensions: knowledge, loyalty, and responsibility.
So this degree teaches diplomacy and the mastery of speech.
Exactly. If the previous degree spoke of inner work and the memory of the masters, this one introduces a new quality: the ability to maintain harmony between human beings. For the construction of the temple, whether symbolic or real, cannot be achieved without cooperation. The ancient initiates knew that human conflicts can destroy even the most ambitious projects. This is why they taught diplomacy, prudence, and loyalty. The intimate secretary thus becomes a guardian of balance. But this degree also prepares the way for what follows. For after the reconciliation between kings and the stabilization of the temple's work, a new question arises. If the master architect has disappeared, and if certain knowledge was lost with him, how can it be found? This search will become one of the main themes of the following degrees. The question is therefore simple. Are you ready to pursue this quest and discover how initiates attempted to recover the fragments of ancient wisdom scattered throughout history? If such is your choice, let us advance toward the 7th degree.